Hello again, guys. So how's it going? So today we're going to go ahead and speak about Polkadot or DOT. But first, before we get into it, nothing that we're about to discuss, nothing mentioned in this video should by any means be taken as financial advice, as I'm pretty sure that it's pretty obvious by now that I'm definitely not a financial advisor. You see, I'm just basically ranting my inner thoughts and ideas and opinions is all. Okay, so let's talk about Polkadot. This cryptocurrency that is most definitely in the higher echelons of blue chip cryptocurrencies. Now, guys, I've just discovered that this cryptocurrency isn't being spoken about as much as it used to. And I'm guessing that the reason for that is its recent price action. Yes, I've seen a lot of people making comments and saying that this coin is dead and that is it for Polkadot. However, I most definitely will have to disagree with these comments that I've seen recently on various social media platforms. So in a minute, I'm also going to go ahead and share with you why I don't share their opinions concerning this coin. Now, before we continue further, here are a few things that you might want to know concerning Polkadot or DOT. Now, the creator of DOT was originally one of the co-founders of Ethereum, and he had left and decided that, he wanted to create something much better. And the white paper for this coin was created from all the way back in 2016, which means that Polkadot is an OG cryptocurrency, which has been around for a while now. Now, DOT is also a layer 0 cryptocurrency, as opposed to layer 1, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, etc. Now, the original idea behind this project, DOT, was to be the internet of blockchains that do not function separately, but as one. Similar to that of blockchain juggernauts such as Quant or Cosmos Atom. All of these mentioned projects, including DOT, focuses on interoperability, which will make them invaluable in the future. But I guess the question is not about the future. Does it have real-world usage and functionality right now? And the answer is yes, as you guys are about to find out in a minute. But first, let's check out its TPS or transaction speed against Visa, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Now, as you guys can see on the screen, the one to the left is Polkadot, and next to it is Visa, then Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I'm pretty sure you guys can see the clear difference in speed when compared with Visa, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So yeah, guys, based off of these charts, you can see that Polkadot is quite capable. And it has a transaction speed of, I think, around 143,000 in comparison to Visa, which is around 10,000, and at its max around 60,000. So now, guys, let's go right ahead and answer that question of, does it have any real-world usage or functionality right now?
So what I'm about to read here is just one of the reasons why I stated earlier that I don't believe that this project is dead. Because one thing that I've noticed is that, people love to say that these projects are dead because they see that they're at an all-time low price. But more often than not, it turns out that these projects are just at their normal bear market cycle lows, which usually are the best time to start buying and accumulating. In a minute, we'll go on the charts and I'll show you where I would look to get in. That's if, of course, I'm interested to invest in this particular project. But these are some questions that you might want to first ask yourself before you completely write off a project and say that it is dead. First, you want to go ahead and find out what is its real-world usage right now. What is it capable of? Does it have any affiliations, or is it currently working with any big companies? And also, another clue which will let you know if a project is dead or not is the amount of exchanges that it's currently listed on. And as you guys are about to find out in a minute, Polkadot is basically on every single exchange that's out there. And that tells me that whenever the next bull run comes for this coin, there are going to be giant doors of liquidity that's going to swing wide open for this project. And this, in my opinion, is most definitely not a question of if, but when. Now, personally, I haven't received anything prophetic concerning this coin. Neither have I heard of any direct prophecies as it relates to Polkadot. But I was being drawn to this project. And from my observation, from carefully looking at this project, I honestly do believe that this project, Polkadot, could be one of the most undervalued projects that I've ever reviewed here on this channel. And its potential for growth and making people money is very, very great. So with that said, let's jump right into it. So it says here, Polkadot currently supports active real-world usage across gaming, enterprise tracking, digital identity, and tokenized finance, though its total consumer visibility remains lower than general layer 1 networks such as Ethereum or Solana. So basically, it's saying here that their consumer visibility is not as high as Ethereum and Solana. So I guess they're saying it's not as popular. Not that many people knows about it in comparison to these other coins. And I'd have to say that they're actually correct in this assessment. I've observed that not a lot of people knows about this project. It is hardly spoken about on YouTube. And as I've also stated earlier, there's not even that many prophecies, if at all, any, on YouTube or anywhere that you can look for concerning this coin. So that, in my opinion, makes it a hidden gem. Okay, so here's its real-world applications. Mass market gaming. Mythical Games utilizes Polkadot-based infrastructure, the Mythos chain, to power economics for major titles like NFL Rivals and FIFA Rivals, processing millions of mainstream gamer transactions. So we see here that it has great affiliations and is deep in the gaming industry. So next we see that it's involved with real-world asset tokenization. So it says here, platforms like Centrifuge use Polkadot to finance real-world assets, bridging traditional credit and decentralized finance on-chain. So guys, having the function of bridging blockchains and interoperability is one thing, but now adding the function of tokenization, I'd say that that raises the stakes a great deal and adds even a greater value to this project, because we all know that that is the direction that the whole world is moving towards at warp speed. So let's continue. Now it says here, decentralized physical infrastructure, or DePIN. Networks like Peak operate on Polkadot to manage real-world mobility devices, machine data, and IoT sensor connections. Digital identity. Protocols like Kilt Protocol issue verifiable, government-backed, or enterprise-grade digital credentials in decentralized identifiers. So we see that it will also have this function of verifying our digital credentials, which I'm pretty sure that the governments will find to be very useful. Now, all of this tells me that if they continue to develop on this project, it is definitely going to be a very big player in the new financial system and Web3. So if there's any of you guys out there that are interested in this project, we're going to quickly go over to the charts and I'm going to share with you where exactly I would think to start accumulating. Now guys, I've also just discovered that Grayscale had canceled their ETF filings for Polkadot, HBAR, and Cardano, the sleeping giant. Now when I heard it, I thought to myself, that will by no means stop any of these blue chip giants from pumping whenever their bull cycle comes around. Now, perhaps they know something because of their financial status, because, they're big money, they have their resources, so they may have access to insider information. And they, like myself, knows that Bitcoin has much, much further left to go before it actually bottoms out. And I'm also guessing that they're looking at the Clarity Act as well. They're noticing that there isn't much progress and they're not even expecting it to pass anytime soon. Like myself, I knew that they were going to they're going to kick that can down the road. And I'm not expecting them to pass the Clarity Act, of course, not until the market bottoms out. After Bitcoin has crashed much further, then they will pass the Clarity Act. That is what I'm expecting. That's what I've suspected. Because, they know exactly what they're doing. So I'm guessing that Grayscale also are aware of all of this. Hence why they've decided that, now is not a good time to be filing for ETFs. With this market, timing is everything, and there is a better time to file for these ETFs. But this recent cancellation will by no means stop or prevent none of these giant blue chips from doing excellent when their time comes. Okay guys, so this is Polkadot on CoinMarketCap. And in my opinion, looking at the chart pattern for this coin, this is a coin that has crashed for far too long and is quite literally like a volcano that's just waiting to erupt. Whenever you see that they have flatlined for so long, they become like volcanoes. And especially considering what this coin is, and its function in the crypto space, there's just no telling of how high this coin will pump in its bull market that is just around the corner. Now, let's go ahead and check out a few details. Here, we see that it has a max supply of just 2 billion DOT. Just 2 billion, guys. And look at the price where it's currently at.
Now check this out. Look at its all-time high. Its all-time high was $55. That's absolute insanity. You're telling me that this coin went to all the way to $55 and it's currently at its all-time low. Right now, its all-time low is at 74 cents. And this is a blue chip coin that is currently focusing on and building interoperability between blockchains that intends to be the internet of blockchains at this price. I'm wondering if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here with this Polkadot project here. It only has a market cap of $1.3 billion. Guys, this here is a very uncommon blue chip gem, in my opinion. And it appears for some reason, not a lot of people knows about it in the crypto space. Now, is that by design or is it an accident? Because there's just no way. Even as I've stated before, this may very well be one of the biggest investment opportunities that I've ever reviewed here on this channel. Yes, guys, this is definitely one of the most undervalued cryptocurrency assets that I've ever reviewed here on this channel, if not the most, considering its function and its place in the new financial system that is now being established. So another obvious thing that separates this coin here from several of these other big blue chip coins, such as XRP and XLM and all of these others, is the price that is currently at. This price is just extremely low. It's just extremely undervalued. Many of these other coins, they have a great deal more to crash. XRP, it has a lot more room to crash. But as you guys can see for yourselves, this coin has been crashing for months, for years. It's been lying flat lately. And so, in my opinion, it's currently at a buy price, considering how high the potential for growth it has. We see that its all-time high was around $55. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that in the bull cycle that's coming, where these coins, majority of these coins are they're going to revisit their all-time highs, that this same coin here will also revisit its all-time high, and perhaps even it will pass it. And in a case like that, there's no question that it will mint many millionaires. So for all of you guys out there that are interested and you like this project, you knew of it, you've heard of it, or you're being drawn to it, whatever the case, you have to first remember that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I see. This here is an opportunity that I happen to see in the markets. Not a lot of people notices it. To me, it's a gem. It's like quite literally a needle in a haystack. And the future of this project will be stellar and monumental. Usually it's the ones that you don't see, the ones that aren't popular, that catches you off guard and surprises everyone. And I honestly do believe that there's something about this coin. This coin is special for the mere fact that not a lot of people knows about it or even speaks about it. For the few that are talking about it currently and recently, they're saying that it's dead, but that's not what I see. How will someone be able to tell if a coin is dead or if it's at an excellent buy price? The thing is, you won't. That's not until after the bull run comes around. That'll be the only time that you'll be able to tell if it's dead or it was at an excellent buy price. So this is where I'd get in. Now, considering that we have a lot more room for BTC to go down, we know that that next leg for BTC is just around the corner. It's been capitulating now for quite a while, and we know that it's just a matter of time before it begins its next leg down beneath 50K. Now, in that journey below 50K, we can expect BTC to drag all other coins down with it. But some coins will go down lower than others. And in the case of this very big blue chip coin that has already crashed a great deal, I'd say that it still has some more room to crash, but nowhere near as much in comparison to other blue chips, as I mentioned before. So I could see this coin going down to the 20 to 10 cents area, and anywhere in between there from 10 cents to 20 cents. If you could get in on this coin anywhere from, let's put it as low as, we're going to put it all the way from 1 cent up to 15 to 20 cents. So from 1 cent to 15 cents. Let's put it there. That would be like the excellent buy price. That's where I would look to get in. I would get in if I see the price down to 10 cents, anywhere there, 15 cents. I tell you, you would get in at an absolute steal on this coin. But even if you were to get in, even at the current price that is at 77 cents, it is still a buy price, still a very good buy price. It's just that I know that when Bitcoin starts to crash, it's going to pull it down lower. So in that case, you would get in at a better buy price. But just to let you know, just to be clear, it's currently at a good buy price. But because we know that Bitcoin is going to go down lower and it's going to affect other coins, including this coin, there's a better opportunity. So the decision will be entirely up to you guys to decide whether or not you'd want to get in now. Now, trust me, it is already at a buy price, guys. At 77 cents, this coin is incredibly undervalued. This coin should not be nowhere near this price for what it's offering in the space and its real-world functionality and decentralized finance, etc. So that is it for any of you guys that are interested. And if you wanted to be a part of this project, I believe that better prices are coming. And I would look to get in anywhere down there around the 10 cents mark, 10 cents, 20 cents. But if I wanted to take full advantage of the lowest prices possible, I would most definitely wait until it drops below 20 cents, anywhere below 20 cents, going all the way down to even possibly and potentially 1 cent. You get in down there, trust me, then you would be able to take full advantage of the next bull run that is coming 100% for this coin. So guys, that is my 2 cents. That's what I believe concerning this coin that some people are calling a dead coin. Most definitely not, guys. This coin is not dead. I want you guys to check this out. A coin that is dead would not be on this many exchanges. Look at this. It's basically on all of the exchanges. So I don't even need to call them out one by one. It's on Binance, it's on Kraken, it's on Robinhood, Crypto.com. It's on all of the major sexes, all of the major centralized exchanges. And what does that tell you? It means that these exchanges value this coin. And it's most definitely not over as yet. Also, remember that they still have their Polkadot DEX that you guys can use. It's still active. And they're still building on this coin. It's just in its bear market cycle is all. And this serves as just one of the best times to accumulate if that is what you feel led to do and if you're led to this project. Now, that is it for this video, guys. I want all of you to take very good care of yourselves. Peace. Shalom. Until next time.